Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending upon where you live around the world. I've been contemplating what I'm going to do to further the design understanding of the geodesic dome, such that we have a flush and plane side to it on the four sides. And I thought, well, maybe I can make the recordings better, or I can produce refinements and what have you. And I was revising some of the files that I'd created, and I came across something that I had relegated to interesting but no longer of use. Going back quite some time now, probably the third attempt to have a look at these files, or these not files, but these domes, I came across this file, which we'll just have a quick look at. One of the ones where as I keep on banging on about the line alignment of the four edges, the one that's got a bit of a curve to it, an S or Z shape, rather than the sweeping arc that I seem to be more pleased with. So I came across this, and so obviously I'd achieved the end result, and I thought, how clever was I, and proceeded to develop my understanding. But I came across a photo that was not of this. Initially, it did look like it was the same style I wanted to have a look at, but it wasn't of this particular geodesic structure, which puzzled me. It had this particular construction, and I've actually forgotten how I even built it, so it was that far back, because it was, as I said, it was interesting but of no further interest. But note how not a heck. I'll get rid of the circles here. But note how we don't have a hexagon. Well, we do here. We have a hexagon here, but we don't here. And more importantly, for the look of the dome, the top pyramid, the lid, isn't in the same alignment as this one. The edge here of the pyramid between two faces is aligned with the leg, but here it's the actual surface that is aligned with the leg. It winds up with having a not a hexagon, but a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sided structure. So I'll just unhide, or I will unhide everything. And this is the structure here, just with some of the colours removed as I was fudging it, and this is the photo. See how the strut that makes up the two, divides up the two surfaces, is aligned with the leg. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 surfaces. Inadvertently, I had created the structure that we see here in the photo. Now this is a rendered photo from a drawing program, so it's likely that they were going through a similar process, or totally unrelated process, who knows. But they wound up with this pleasing structure or design or approach. So we've got it here. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm going to suggest it's not a good thing, but nor is it a bad thing, because if this is the look that you wanted to achieve, bingo, we've got it here. And this is one of the things I'd actually mentioned, these video series, which I've got way too many of them to actually to have loaded for your perusal, but I'm going to have to edit or cull some of the files, some of the videos. But the whole thing, that right at the beginning I said this is going to be a journey of discovery and understanding, and as a consequence, serendipitous consequence is that we come across things that we weren't anticipating finding, because I did not create this structure from this photo. It's only just been in the last day that I could recall. Oh, hang on. The one and only version that I've got of this, I'd actually done in that process of discovery. How does that help anyone? Well, it doesn't. But if you were wanting to understand this and figure out how it was done, well, maybe in our blundering we've found it. Will I include this in the series of videos? I'll likely include it just because it's a short one, maybe 5 or 6 minutes. But my question to myself is, which videos do I cull? Or what files, or which files do I cull? Or do we just keep them all, throw them out, and let other people make that decision? Where one may want the meat and potatoes of how to wind up the end result, as is often the case for myself. I'm quite often bored to the point of just switching off and leaving the video. Is there a kernel of information or worth in some of these random or less focused videos that I've created in the files that I've created as a result? It's a question I can't answer. My videos aren't polished as some of the YouTubers would want to have us produce videos. I've alluded to the fact that no post recording editing is done, but I may have to revise that because I am a bit clumsy in my wording sometimes, and well, you don't want to listen to me all the time, as I keep on saying. I don't want to listen to me all the time, especially when I'm only searching for the end result, which really why most people watch the video clips, or they're just bored out of their gourd and they're just sitting there clicking videos upon video upon video. Now, I will wander off. I'll leave you with that little nugget of nothingness, and I will see you in the next recording of God knows what. Okay, see you later. Bye.